Hey everybody, hopefully this is going properly right now. We are experimenting with lots of new things today. I am checking in my monitors, waiting for it to appear. And yes, I see myself over there, which is good. So now what I want to make sure is that you guys can hear me. I believe you can, but I am still not 100% sure just yet that you are indeed able to hear me. I hope so though, but someone do me a favor, just type a yes, I can hear you in the chat. That way I know you can hear me, because that will help me out tremendously to know that I'm not talking to myself, right? Well, I'm actually not talking to myself, but you don't know that at this particular moment in time. So with all of that being said, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully it's well. I am Jay Massey, here to help you become bigger, better, badder in various different ways. We are doing something we have never done. We are broadcasting in not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 different locations for the first time ever. 5 different locations. So in each one of our Facebook groups, we have 2 student groups and 1 free group. For those of you who are wondering, like, what is that group that we have that is for free, you can go to cashflowdiary.com/mastery, and then we have the Facebook page. It's been a long time since we've connected with you guys, so the Facebook page is there, and YouTube. So we are in all 5 of those locations, 4 on Facebook, 1 YouTube, because we are just trying out new things today. Now, in the spirit of trying out new things, we're just gonna go for it. What does that mean? That means we are trying out new things, including being able to let you guys actually, quote unquote, call in to ask questions. That's the idea, is that we're gonna let you guys call in to ask questions. And in order to do that, that means we had to upgrade lots of technology and make lots of things happen. But one of the individuals that many of you have been introduced to a lot, you've seen him in various different points in time. You've talked to him on the phone, some of you. I want you to participate in our first test of this emergency question asking system together, and because I want you to see and hear from what we will call the man, the myth, the legend, none than other Mr. Dave Sinton. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, wait, I think... Oh, there I am.
Yes, you are there. Oh, you are very live, sir.
Hold on, all right. So I'm looking at the mastery group, and I'm trying to test it all out of this.
Yeah.
We've got like a good 20-second delay.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm sure the delay is insane, guys. I'm sure the delay is insane. This is what I deal with all the time.
Oh, look at that! Wait.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, that's what that is where we are going.
I'm super excited right now.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. So I have Dave here. He's been behind the scenes. Many of you have seen him in various capacities. I definitely appreciate his brain and knowledge, and he cares a lot for his students. But what I wanted to say, so that all you guys know, he's not just someone who's here to help. He's obviously the chief marketing officer, but he's also someone who's been out there practicing short-term rentals and excited about it. So Dave, yeah, how's that first unit going?
The first unit. Okay, seriously, I've got nothing but good things to say about the unit. But really, more than that, I've got nothing but to say about my wife. Really, the amount of time that she's put into getting this whole thing going has been insane. But yeah, the numbers just work. Everything works. We're getting reservations after reservation. We'll look out for a while, they don't quiet, and then you're like, sort of like what happened, right? Why is it not going? And then a week later, it'll be like 3 reservations in a row, and like the rest of the line will fill up, right? And so it's just, we've got one unit, and I can only imagine what it's like being Jay or like Rebecca with 30 units, 80 units, like multiplying 1 unit times 30 was just crazy. Like I can't what you guys do.
Well, I have this feeling that you were learned because I saw a post in the Facebook group that you just secured another unit. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we picked up another unit. I go out tomorrow. I'm actually meeting LaTanya down there. He's probably actually we're owners. That's a small family-run 15-unit building.
Nice.
And the grandfather picked it up, and the uncle are running the day-to-day, and the niece is like a property manager. So she was showing me the unit, and I said everything that we do, and she really liked it. She actually said, we've thought about doing Airbnb before, and they decided not to because too many moving pieces.
Yeah, so, there are some moving pieces. A whole bunch of them.
It actually happened to fall on a day where we had a guest checking out and a guest checking in. And I said, hey, if you guys want to see me, come over and see how we run.
Yes.
Right? And she said, well, can I call my uncle? And sure enough, like 3 hours later, she got a hold of me. She's like, they want to come. So I gave them a tour while dedicated cleaners were there doing their thing. So they got to see the cleaners working. They got to see all the nuts and the bolts and like all of it. And 2 days later, we got the yes. So we for sure at least have a second unit. They're going to let us know if we're going to be able to get the 2 availability.
That's amazing. I love it. And I just appreciate, like I said, that you're going out there, that you're doing it, that you're not just in the ivory tower, because it's one thing when I say, hey, this thing is great, you should try it. It's another when you say, and now it's even better because you're out there making it happen. So thank you for participating in this test of the emergency question ask system.
So, I'm going to give you one note.
Oh, what's that?
The person who's using a live link, you got to do something about this echo. It's distracting.
Okay, I haven't figured that. I don't hear an echo, and I don't know if they're here. I don't know if anybody's hearing an echo.
I think anybody who's using the browser version is going to get the echo. Rebecca, do you have the echo?
Yeah, she's shaking her head yes, and you just spoiled the fun.
So anyways, for those of you that end up on camera today, you're going to hear an echo, and we're committed to the result.
Yeah, this is the first time, but clearly not the last. So I definitely appreciate that, Dave. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and mute you out. And guys, as I've said before, we are always testing something, always building something. In fact, one of the other things that I want to introduce you to is that we can now, for those of you who happen to be on YouTube, instead of you posting your question actually on YouTube, because we haven't figured that out yet, we're getting there. But I can take them if you happen to put them on Twitter at Cashflow Diary. Send hashtag is what we're gonna do, ask CFD, ASK CFD. We can search that hashtag for your question as well, so that we have the ability to help you guys too. So we're doing our best, upgrading all kinds of things so that we can just ask those questions, serve you better, and make that happen. Now, speaking of questions, for those of you who are here live, obviously we're going to get to your questions in a completely different fashion than before. But there's a person in the group who we would call easily the queen of questions because she always has them. And there's nothing wrong with questions. She's just really good at having lots of questions. And that's great, because by having lots of questions, everybody gets to learn. And more importantly than everybody gets to learn, we all get to be better. So I have with me, and we are testing one more time, that person that we all know, that we all love, none other than Rebecca Slivka herself. And there she is. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, I can hear you. It's working. Yes. So now that you see what we're up to and what's going on behind the scenes, I'm just going to take a stab and say that you like this idea of being able to ask questions.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a feeling of all the people that I was like, who's going to want to do it this way, it's you. She's like, it's so much faster. This is great. Yeah, I can object to all of your answers in real time. So this is good. This is good. So before we get to some of the questions that are being typed in the chat, I would love to know what questions you've got today, because I know you have at least one.
Oh, wow. Already?
Why not?
Okay. So I wanted them to think. So it's Smart B&B. Do you know when they're going to be releasing officially the metrics?
Got it. For those of you who aren't familiar with what she's referring to, I want you to go to someone type this in the chat, because I did not prepare a thing on the screen, but it's cashflowdiary.com/STR data. There's a software program that she's referring to, because one of the things you need as a business owner is you absolutely need data. You must run your business with data, and the only way to get that data sometimes is to rely upon software and tools. And the specific tool that she's referring to is a metrics tool that is not yet released. And what's really cool is oftentimes when I am in the marketplace, I have the ability to reach out to some of these software manufacturers and ask them for things that are special or early releases and all this other stuff. So I've been evaluating them for a number of months now and ran them through their paces. And they, again, go to cashflowdiary.com/STR data. Here's what I was told as of our last conversation. Rebecca, it should be approximately 1 week for those of you that are using the link that she's like, yes, secretly. I heard that. So it should be approximately 1 week from now.
Awesome. I'm excited. I've been digging really deep into Smart B&B, and it's such an amazing tool.
I know, right? But that's the last couple of days for all of my I've been like weirded out, because all I've had to do is taken maybe 6 to 7 minutes of actual physical work to actually quote unquote get it done. And it's just been watching these automations as we've continued to build them. Just watching them work has been an amazing thing. So yep, totally fired up about it myself. Just one question? Are you serious?
It's because I've been working through a whole bunch of Smart B&B.
That's good. So your brain was occupied. I appreciate that, because that makes my life a little easier. So that's.
I'm sure as we continue on, I will probably have more.
Got it. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna get to the questions that are written, but I know some of you probably want to. Also, maybe you want to try this thing out, and you were like, hey, I'd like to come and ask a question too. So here's what we're going to do. I'm looking for, I literally did not make one. Oh, there it is. Got it. So if you want to try to join us live too, obviously we're going to make sure camera, microphone, that type of stuff, but it's cashflowdiary.com/live link. That's good for this particular Q&A. So feel free to click that. We'll be able to see when you try to join. We do have a limited number of spots available, so just know that there's a lot of you and only one computer running this right now. So that one computer has a limited number of spots. Dave, you look like you wanted to say something.
Just yeah, if you use live link, it goes through your browser. You don't need any special software.
Hold on 1 second, Dave. They can't hear you just yet.
Oh.
I just saw. I have a preview window for you guys that it allows me to see that you guys are. You had that look on your face that I've seen so many times before. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's Rob Vacola. You were going to say? Now you're live, Dave.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say for the live link. cashflowdiary.com/live link. Do you need Chrome for that, Jay? Is that a Chrome browser?
Yes, it's Chrome.
For this to work. If you don't have Chrome, you might want to install it for Q&A. But yeah, just all through the browser, it's going to ask for access from your camera and from your microphone. just allow all that, and then you'll be able to use this on all of the future live Q&A. So just plan on using it for all. Oh, I'm on. Crazy. All right, cool. I just noticed. I thought it was just a voice.
You were just a voice, and right now we're watching Rebecca laugh at you. That's what we're doing, actually. So yes, see, you never know when you might be the face. It's like real TV at this point.
Yeah, this is crazy. All right, cool. Love it.
Tell me about it, right? It's insane. So, yes, cashflowdiary.com/live link. Thanks, Dave. I feel like I'm also, oh, Emmanuel's here. I feel like I'm in the control room as well as the talent all at the same time. And it's a challenge doing this. It's a challenge right now, clicking on a whole bunch of buttons and stuff, but it's good. I want to get your questions. For those of you who are not going to be joining us in the live fashion, feel free to put your questions in the chat box. We will get to those, I guess, after I'm done playing with my new toy. But, you know, it is what it is. It was what we're doing. Okay, so I see Rob and Emmanuel. You guys, I can't see you, so I don't know if it's having an issue with the camera or whatnot. Hi, Jill. I saw you. You're in the... Brandon. Yes, let's bring him in here because this is going to be good. I want to hear what Brandon has to say. Hey, Brandon. Give me 1 second. I will... Got to make you live. Brandon. Hello. There you go. And everybody, so many of you, if you did come to the last summit, you met Brandon. If you did not, you, well, A, should have come to the last summit, and B, one of the most important things you can do as an entrepreneur is align yourself with other entrepreneurs who are awesome and great at what they do, and this would be Brandon. Marketing genius, I believe, is what I called him before. I call him that again because before there was Dave, when I needed marketing help, assistance, and understanding, Brandon is where I went because I was like, you understand this stuff. Help me figure it out. And in fact, a lot of you are here because of the efforts and changes he asked me and told me about, again, before Dave was here. And at the end of the day, he taught us about some marketing techniques for our short-term rentals, which I'm over the moon about. But hey, Brandon, how can I help?
How's it going?
I'm pretty good. Just so you know, everybody can see you now.
Feature because I'm into it. It's like really cool. I've never seen anybody use this feature, and I'm like, oh man, I'm doing this.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty awesome.
I think it's great, to say the least, because now we can, there's, you know, other things that are possible that were never possible before, specifically how quickly I can shift between the individuals who are here. So and I see that and I can see that, so that's really very, very helpful. But did you have a question?
No, I just wanted to see how this.
You just wanted to mess with the technology. That's fine. I thought it was weird, but it's okay. I appreciate it. Oh, I see Crystal Donald is here. So what I'm gonna do is, hey, Crystal, like, I can see you. No one can see you yet. I will bring you on in just one moment. And I also see Jill. I know Jill has questions, so that'll be very easy, because don't worry, it is. But Brandon, I thank you for being awesome. And we need to get a webinar with you soon, so that everybody can hear all the stuff that you've helped us do with the Wi-Fi.
Cool. Sounds great.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Wirecast.
Yep, it's awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to another person who is also good. If I don't know, you know how there's a king, I guess she would be the princess of questions, because Rebecca still has the title. I don't know that anyone can come close to taking that title ever, but if it is possible, then, you know, it would be this person. So what we're going to do is I'm switching over to Jill. Where'd she go? Jill. I see Dave now. Hold on.
She's coming back.
She's coming back. Oh, there she is. Okay, got it. So what we're going to do is, I'm sure Jill's got a question or two. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that button and go there. What's up, Jill?
Did you claim me the princess of questions?
Yeah,
I did. I absolutely. Rebecca is definitely the queen, but you are the princess for sure. There's no way you two, like if you two in the same room are just like, oh my God. But I love it because you're always asking thoughtful questions, and most importantly, you don't ask me the same ones twice. So that's really important because that gets on my nerves like nobody's business. And for those of you who are wondering, sitting on the outside, possibly in the YouTube sphere, or wondering what's going on, if you want to join us in our free Facebook group, it's over there just below the screen, so that you can see it. So what's up, Jill?
So we were on Smart B&B.
Okay, here we go again. No problem. No, Rebecca had Smart B&B questions too. It's fine.
I got the data, and Dave wanted me to share with you that for the month of August so far, our guests are paying $69 per night.
Per guest. That's $69 per guest. Yes, that sounds right.
Oh, good. So at the summit, you showed the last screenshot of like where we on the thing.
The last screenshot of what? I'm sorry.
During the summit, you're like, oh my God, they have this data, and it's where you rank on the listings on the page.
Oh, that's under the market. Yeah, that's under market.
Market. I just got this like 5 minutes.
No problem. That's what. Yeah, that happens when you use the right links. You're welcome. That's what we do.
It wasn't your link.
You should have been.
Oh, my other question is, you had alluded during the summit that you don't use the last 4 digits of their phone number as their PIN.
I do.
You do not.
I do.
You do.
I do. I absolutely do. The last 4 well, I don't use it on. Are you talking about for the lock system? Yeah, for their door code, absolutely, but not on the panel.
You give them panel access?
No, not at all. I just thought that's what you were referring to. I'm like, why would I do that?
No. Okay. Exactly. Unless they decide to
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know.
In the morning, because they just thought that the panel was there for them. And now we have a nice label that says for staff use only.
That's a good idea. Someone write that down. Get me some stickers, because I need like 30 of them right now. That's amazing. Was that it?
That was it.
Awesome. Thanks, Jill. Thank you for loaning us Dave, because we love him too. So let's see who else is here. We have Crystal. Let's go to Crystal. Hey, Crystal, I see you waving at me. Give me 1 second. It takes me a second to... There we go. And Crystal. And oh my goodness. There we go. And
AJ, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can always hear you guys. I've got to make you live so that they can hear you too. But now they can.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. So what's the question? A long time no see, though.
I know, right? All the way since the summit.
Right?
So I'm getting my first unit up. Latanya's coming out to Charlotte. Like, we're rocking and rolling, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, I'm planning on getting the unit up by the 15th, so a week from today.
Okay.
How far in advance should I post like the coming soon listing?
Okay, let me ask you the question. Have you taken possession yet? Do you have the keys?
No.
When do you pick up the keys?
I'm going to get that tomorrow.
Okay, got it. So here's how I would timeline listing launch or unit launch. From the moment you grab, I prefer to do it from the moment that I grab the keys, because then I know everything is good. So the day that I grab the keys is usually the day that I want to be able to go live with our coming soon photos or a coming soon template of photos, so that you can start to build, because you know everything. You just don't know what it looks like yet. You don't have photos of the finished product. So some photos. Now here's another inside understanding, your bathroom and your kitchen with the cabinets closed are likely not to change that much, right? Yes, so you could get some photos if you really, really wanted to, but you don't necessarily have to. What I would do, though, is I would make that listing live immediately. Now, here's the one thing that I would change. I just need to know. So if you're picking up keys tomorrow, when is the design team landing? When are they coming? Friday. So then they'll probably be done Monday, is what I'm guessing. And how many units is it? 1, 2?
It's just one.
Just one? Okay, so yeah, they're definitely going to be done Monday. All right. So what I would plan on is having your... and again, I can't speak for the design team, check with their schedule, but what I would think is that you'll probably be able to stay there Sunday night to Monday morning as your test day. And if you have your cleaner set up, they can come in Monday to clean it so that you can accept someone Monday afternoon. So I would even be aggressive. That's an aggressive move to have your calendar open as of Monday. But maybe it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday thing, depending on how long your photographer... Have you scheduled your photographer yet?
No, we're in the process of getting it too.
Okay, so you're going to want to get that done as quickly as possible, obviously, as well. All of these things happen one right after the other, but more importantly than those, the thing that's going to delay this right now is utilities. Have you called the internet and or gas or electric companies? Well, the electric is usually fine. It's the gas and internet that can sometimes be a delay.
So it's electric only, no gas.
Okay.
Everything's already up. It just needs to be switched over to my name. So
Perfect.
It's not
Okay.
like nothing's going on.
All right, then yeah, you were set to go. I would get that listing live as soon as possible. I'm also going to tell you to slant your pricing a little bit on the higher side, because when you have a new listing like you're about to have, you get extra SEO, so to speak. They try to highlight your listing a little bit more, and because your listing gets more views, it can book at a higher price than it might actually normally settle for. Does that make sense?
Okay. Kind of like the newcomer special.
Yeah, exactly. Because at that moment, they're doing a couple of things. They're trying to incentivize you to stay around, because new host, new listing. But at the same time, they want more reservations. So there's also going to be a feature that says, hey, 20% off for your first 3. I choose to do that, but I also, because I'm doing that, I increase my pricing even a little bit more. So it might be more than 20%. Just saying. At the end of the day, it always results into to everybody's happy. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
But please remember to stay in your unit at least one night, because this is your first one.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many things that you don't know and that you're gonna forget, and you gotta stay in that unit and plug everything and untest if it's 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom.
It's 3. It's a house.
3. Okay, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Then you need to sleep, and you need to take 2 naps and sleep in 1 bed. And you need to take 2 showers and go into 2 different bathrooms. I'm like, test all of it, because the one thing you don't test will be the thing that actually causes a problem. Does that make sense?
Yes, very good.
Okay, all right.
One more question.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, so regarding the insurance, I was looking at the mastermind, and I saw the coverages and limits that you had on the mastermind, but I didn't hear the specific insurance type. Like when I call the insurance company, what am I asking for?
If you're calling the ones that we recommended, they already know. That's the only ones that they do. They only do short-term rental insurance. There is literally nothing you need to say other than the address. And then they're going to ask you a whole bunch of questions like, do you have a pool, and are you providing bicycles and stuff like that? But at the end of the day, the address and the amount of coverage. Now, it sounds like you're using a house. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, so you may want more than $1 million. You might want $2 million of liability, but that's about the only other change that I would consider. And I only say that because you're going to have that many more people. I'm assuming you're going to be seeing 6, 8, 10. You're going to sleep 10?
Yeah.
I can see. I mean, I haven't seen the floor plan, but any 3-bedroom worth its salt is going to be able to sleep at least 10. So that's why I'm saying that. Make sense?
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. It's what we do. Hopefully, you appreciate the fact that we are trying to improve and get even better at asking the questions, because that's the goal right now, or giving you guys a way to get more real-time feedback. So I definitely appreciate you participating in the test. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, everybody. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying this. I'm looking at Rebecca, waiting for her. Up there it is. See, I knew it. I knew she would not let me down. I saw her raising her hand because you know what? It's Rebecca. She has a question. She always has a question. All right. Let's see. Do this. Boom, boom. There you go. Howdy, ma'am.
Hi.
Yep.
Okay.
I should make a lower third so I can put question queen right under your I should do this. Yes, I should do this. Okay. Go ahead.
My question is regarding real estate and purchasing property, right?
Okay.
So
this is going to be good.
So as we're looking for properties, right now we're not exactly sure for where we want to be in the very, very end, right? Like which property. We know we want to have apartment buildings, and most likely in Venice or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, so if we were to start to buy properties now or next year or whatnot, is it a good strategy to buy properties in the neighborhoods we're already in that makes sense, but it's not in our end game area? So let's say we're buying in Koreatown, but we want to end up in Venice. Is that a good strategy, or should we just wait to buy in Venice?
Okay, so there's a number of ways of handling or what you're referring to right now. The thing to first think about is when I'm assuming you went through the of course you did. You went through the materials, you made your mission, vision statement, you've got that there. One of the things that you did is you had an understanding, or at least a timeline, of how long you wanted those things to take. By adding this intermediate step of getting a property that's not part of the ultimate goal, the question is does that push your timeline out? That's one of the questions that you have to ask yourself. If it doesn't, then great. But more importantly, what is the impetus for even trying to get the property? Is it because I'm bored, I got nothing to do, my systems are great, and I just see an opportunity that I can't say no to? Is that it? And if so, I'm not saying that that's bad, as I see you smiling, because I know you. I'm just saying you just got to consider that if that's the reason, then let that be the reason. It's not necessarily because it gets you closer to your goal. And that's really what I'm saying here is, does that move you closer to your goal? I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it gives you something to 1031 exchange later. Maybe you're in a cash heavy position, and instead of leaving it all in cash, now you can put some in property, and you've got two things working for you. That can work, but so long as it doesn't delay that initial plan, and you understand why you're buying it. You've got to know why you buy or why you would sell it and how it fits. If you can make it fit into your end game, then okay, there's nothing wrong with a little detour is what we're going to call it.
Well, part of the reason as well is that we're going to have depreciation.
Yeah, I had a feeling it might have been a tax. This is really a tax issue is what you're having. And the question is, for the tax benefits, there are other ways, again, not that I'm a CPA or anything, but there are other ways to obtain the benefits that would help. It doesn't necessarily have to be an entire real estate project. For example, based upon what I know about you and your situation, one of the things, because I've looked at this myself, is a self-directed pension, not a self-directed IRA, but a self-directed pension. I saw you tilt your head to your side. And you're like, what do you mean? It can become a very good way to remove a lot of your income and thus lowering your taxable liability. So in the same way that companies of old used to provide a pension for their employees, now your company has the ability to provide a pension for you as opposed to the groups of employees. So, and when you have a significant enough income stream, it can make sense as opposed to your standard your defined contribution plans that have limits that are just honestly not big enough. They just don't need it. But when you need more, those other tools are there and available to you. Does that make sense?
Yes. Do you know who I could reach out to discuss that?
Defined. Yes, I do, but I don't have their contact information off the top of my head right now. Send me a message in Messenger, and I will get it to you. But yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. See, I can always count on Rebecca for a question, everybody. And that's what we do. Is Dave, that face says you have a question too. Okay. Hold on 1 second, Dave. Let me get you live because and then at some point I've got to, what's funny, I think here's what has happened, everybody. I think now doing questions live is going to become the thing and the way to do it. Because it's hard to pay attention to the chat at the same time.
Yeah, for people that are like, hey, why aren't you keeping my question? Well, you should have visited cashflowdiary.com/live and you would be right here ready to ask questions.
Yep, that's what basically, I think that's what's just happened. So I am going to get to the ones in the chat. I'm going to go, but go ahead, Dave. What's up?
Okay, so what just popped into my head, I need to ask you. So we found this new property, and I'm going to actually mute myself because that distracts me. But okay, so we met with this property owner, and like I said, they all came over to our unit and took a tour. So I met with like the head guy and his wife, right?
Okay.
And they love what we do, obviously, because they offered us units. However, sort of on the back tail end of the conversation, the gentleman says, oh, hey, we should give him our properties in Mexico. And now, so what it turns out is that they have 5 vacation rentals, beachfront property in Mexico. Now, I don't know how serious they are, but I know that vacation rentals make a whole heck of a lot of money, and I don't even know what that conversation would, should, or could look like.
Sure.
But what could it look like? Like what does that look like moving forward, right? Like I have no
idea. Well, one of the things is, one of the first things, no matter what we're doing now, I just want to be clear. Are they trying to sell you the property or just operate the property? You muted yourself, Dave.
Okay, so I think it would just be some sort of an operating agreement.
Got it.
Not an agreement. They talked about their family will use them from time to time. I guess they had a bad situation where they gave them to a property management company who then turned around and put their own in there, profited on units without with them. Right? So they had sort of thing. Now that they see our system and they get that they're going to have eyes on everything the entire time, they're now open to another operator, apparently. How serious? I don't know, but I think it's something that I definitely want to figure out. Because I would always have my eye on rentals because the money, right? The bottom line there. And this now becomes, what does the structure look like, as well as how do you operate at a distance?
Right. So operating at a distance is the easy part. The difficult parts here are the language barrier. That would be one of the things difficult. I don't know. So a country like Mexico is on what is known as Napoleonic law versus British common law, like the United States, Canada, Belize, UK, etc. So the basis of law is different. So it's a long way of saying that the rules you're playing with are so very different than the rules you're used to. And it's easy. It'll be easy to run afoul of something without even realizing afoul. You're like, but I do this back at home. Yes, but you're not at home. You're in my country now. That can become a problem. So those are the things that I would want to have straightened out first, but I would really want to understand what their motivation is. Like, why are they wanting to? Because are they wanting to buy the property? And more importantly than all of that, very similar to what I said to Rebecca, is this a part of that grand vision of yours? Mexico? Was like Mexico on the map? Did it fit? Or is this just an opportunity and that should actually go to someone else who really wants to serve those people, and you're just in the middle of it right now? And that's something to really think about.
Well, vacation rental, to answer that briefly, vacation rental was on the map because it was now the second time somebody told me, oh, hey, I have a vacation rental, maybe we can talk. And so it's like, okay, I see that there's an opportunity there because it's coming into my view. Now, was Mexico on my map? No property on my map. Now it's just
I think then it sounds like would be worthy of exploration is some time figuring out ask yourself this question: if I could do business anywhere in the world, where would I want to do business? Period. And if Mexico still makes that list, then okay, maybe. But now you're being introduced to in a very fast way that this opportunity is it's not limited to any one country in any way, shape, or form. And it can expand to, and you can be in another country really quickly. And I just don't want you to, because this happens with a lot of real estate investors. They bought a house to live in. They never intended being a landlord, but they had to move, and now all of a sudden they're a landlord because they couldn't sell the house, and they're like got all of these houses strewn all over the place. There's no focus, and it becomes hard to run it as a business. And if Mexico is still on that list and you have a desire to learn Spanish, and I'm assuming you like Spanish food because you're a foodie, so then, okay, knock yourself out. But make sure it fits within the overall plan. Otherwise, it's just a distraction, even regardless of how much money there could be on the table. Make sense?
all right, got it.
Cool. Awesome. So with that being said, if for anybody else, if you want to chat live, I'm definitely down for that. But I'm going to spend some time in the Facebook group to get some of the questions that have been asked. And let me see if I can go find them real fast, because there's a lot of them, I'm sure. Let's see. Okay. Whoops. There we go. I'm pulling up the questions as we speak. Lots of hellos. Woo, goodness. Lots of you can echo, no echo, lots of echoes. Sometimes there's an echo, sometimes there's not an echo. Crystal already asked her question. That's good. I haven't been live. That's why you can't see me. Nope, Rob. I couldn't see. I don't know what happened, but yeah, the same thing happened with the manual. I couldn't see him either. How many people can be on it? On my plan, I believe I have a total of 7 participants plus me, so 8. Are you referring to a Q qualified retirement plan, Jay? Yeah, it's a different. Yes, Mike, I was referring to a qualified retirement plan, but I was going defined benefit as opposed to defined contribution. Where in Mexico? So Dave, it looks like Maria may have some interest in whatever's going on for you in Mexico. Can you use Smart Airbnb without using Toki? You can, but I wouldn't recommend it, Veronica, because there's functionality that you will be missing. Hello, Akila and Mike and Ladero. I see you guys there as well. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to another one of our other Facebook groups real fast. Jason Ralph also likes the pension plan, Rebecca, just so you know. He is mentioning, hey, Kevin Woods, how are you? I see you there. Just trying to get through all of these questions. All right, hold on. What is this? I need a different screen. Sometimes Facebook hides the questions from me, guys. So if I haven't answered your question, maybe you want to take advantage of the live link and do it that way. So Davy June, what's this? This one's a long one. Okay, so with Toki, Smart BNB, Turnover BNB, and several other tools, I am still not able to create an easy to follow custom calendars for each of my cleaners. Okay, I can do it with Guesty, but I'm leaving them. You should. I can do it with the iCal export from Airbnb to Google Calendar, but with Google Calendar it shows all my future and past information. I only want the cleaners to see up to 1 month in advance via an automatic calendar. When you start having multiple cleaners and cleaning companies, what will you do to manage their calendars and cleanings? The way that I have it set it up between Toki and Turnover BNB, I don't need anything else. I'd have to look at your setup, to be honest, Davey, because there's something going on there. You should be able to easily achieve this with what we've suggested. If you're not, it's user error. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I hear an echo. There's echo. I don't know where the echo is, James. We obviously we're going to have to figure it out. We're going to do our best. JD says, you said that a 1-bedroom unit in LA could bring in $50,000 a year. Yes. Does the income scale accordingly with additional bedrooms? It is not a 1-to-1 ratio, but the net profit is more important, JD. It's more about $800 a month per bedroom is where I would begin to focus, meaning net profit. Don't get so hung up on that top line number, because that top line number can tweak you a little bit, meaning I've got units also in other locations where the top line number isn't anywhere near what LA's numbers are. However, that bottom line number is. Okay. TJ, how are you? Kevin, what's up? Wow, Dave, bad double echo. Yeah, we're trying. Jay, please tell me you're not in the path of the new fire down in that direction. Susan, I actually am. The fire, there's a Starbucks that I can walk to. It's about 1 mile from my house. Last night, and when the fires happen, I'm used to seeing the sky glow orange. That because, you know, they're big fires. But this time from that Starbucks, I drove down the street a little bit and I was actually able to see physical flames. So we're fine at the moment, but it's got our attention. Let's just put it that way. It's definitely got our attention. All right. I'm looking for more questions. I don't see them. If I have not answered, oh, let me check YouTube. I actually forgot about the YouTube folks. I'm looking for your questions. Are they in here? Why do I not see them? Yeah, don't know. Don't see them at this particular moment. But nonetheless, guys, hopefully you're seeing how. I forgot all about the Facebook page. Hold on 1 second. We're in so many different places today, and we've never done 5 different locations for questions before. Today's the first time doing that, so I appreciate your patience. So I'm coming over to those of you who are watching on the Facebook page, and is that it? Yes. Okay. Making sure that I haven't missed any questions. Hey Ken, how are you? What time does this start? It starts usually at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesdays, and I thank you for participating in the test. So let's see. I'm going to make sure there are no more. Oh, hold on 1 second. More questions right here. Mike, is there a tutorial somewhere on SmartBnB and Toki? Not yet, Mike, not yet. But as part of the upgrade process that we've been going through here, it was an upgrade, obviously, of equipment, as you can tell by all the new features that I'm displaying right now, was so that I can make content, video content specifically, on these topics. So if you're not already a part of our YouTube channel, it's probably a good idea, hint, hint, to go there. And subscribe. Veronica, what exactly is SmartBnB? Couldn't make the summit, had family obligations. Totally understood. It is another software tool, because here's what it comes down to. When you're running a business such as ours, you want to put yourself in a position to where you can keep labor costs as low as humanly possible. That's what it comes down to. And SmartBnB allows you to do that on your front end. Now, your back end, meaning once the guest hits the door, you still got a lot of work to do. But you can automate a significant amount of stuff on the front end, because you have to understand that when you are out there in the marketplace, one of the things that's going on is that you have a lot of communication that's going on back and forth. So one of the things that I try to do is I try to make sure every entrepreneur can run as lean, as mean, and as efficiently as possible without sacrificing the quality of service to their guests. and which means I rely heavily on technology, because you may not think about it, but when you're running a business, you have to maintain your ability to communicate to your customer, and you've got to maintain consistency in that communication, right? So one of the things that can become a challenge is doing, well, exactly that. So you need a tool. Why do I suddenly have an echo on myself? That's pretty strange. Did I do something? Okay. I had an echo on myself. That was the strangest thing I've ever experienced right there. All right. Anyway, so as I was saying, one of the things you want to make sure that you have the ability to do is to put yourself in a situation to where you can indeed respond to your customer. So what I'm sharing with you right here is simply that, in like the last, what is this? This is my last 30 days of just messages. The sheer volume of messages can become immense, right? And when you have an immense message volume, and you like 1,613 messages, which is from July 8th to August 7th for me, that's a significant amount of man hours that can be automated. In this particular case, I've automated 6 days, 7 hours, 10 minutes, and 54 seconds, which is, yes, it's a week worth. It's a lot of hours, that this software is doing the heavy lifting for, and that's what it comes down to. And what it really comes down to is a couple of things: is that my customer tends to wait approximately 3 seconds to get an answer, and takes us right now, and at least in the last 30 days, it takes us an hour, 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 20 seconds to get to a sale. Now, I'm not overly happy about the conversion rate. I'd like it to be about 5 points higher for me to be happy with it. But at the end of the day, maintaining quality of service is what's necessary, and you need a way to make that happen. There's a number of other features, which is why, yes, there will be videos, because there has to be videos so that everybody can understand exactly how to best use these things at the end of the day. So again, cashflowdiary.com/STR data, because yeah, you want to help us out. That's why. And that's a good that's a good enough reason. All right. Let me see if I can find. I think there was more questions somewhere. Questions. Oh, there they are. Akila, if you are looking to serve the business traveler, what areas best serve this traveler in Los Angeles? Again, it's more than an area. You want to focus on, especially in a place like LA, you got to realize that there's so many areas, right? Because you can say LA but mean Torrance, which is a great area for a specific type of business. You can almost go industry specific simply because of the size that LA is in and of itself. So that's what you really need to be thinking about, is what industry. Like, for example, in our Hollywood locations, can you guess what industry? Yeah, of course you can. But the person who's the sales the sales executive who's probably doing business with something not related to Hollywood probably doesn't really want to go to Hollywood, simply because traffic is a thing. It's a real thing out here. So keep that in mind, Akila, if you're going to make inroads out here. Ladero, with information that was discussed at the summit, we'll be getting additional training on revenue management. Yes, Ladero, it's pretty funny that you mentioned revenue management. Dave came by while we were at the summit, and he was like, Jay, you need to do something on revenue management. And I didn't realize how much I needed to do something because I had no reason, I had no way to know, but I started talking about it and it brought up so many questions, and I'm like, this is a really big topic. You don't understand. There's degrees and all this other stuff in terms of revenue management. There's a lot here. We could talk revenue for days and still barely scratch the surface. So yes. Maria, were you successfully able to add the GIF? Not yet, Maria. I'm with you. When I do, trust me, the world will know. Let's see. Jeff, what's up, neighbor? I have an opportunity to lease a 2-bed, 2-bath on Balboa Island. What? Would you take a unit like that, or or better to be a non? I don't know that Balboa Island is going to be non-vacation, Jeff. That's going to be rough. I don't see how you avoid the vacationers. And nothing wrong with people on vacation. I just don't want, that's not my preferred customer to serve. Like I tend to dislike the end of summer because that's when they come out the most, it seems. But I don't see how you get Balboa Island. I mean, I don't see how you could do non-vacation on there. Ladero, can you speak on turnover B&B? This is my first time hearing it. There's a reason for that, Ladero. Stay tuned. Akila, what do you think of the artist district? Are you planning on serving artists? Because think about it. I've seen some listings on the marketing platforms where they focused on artists, and some even to the point to where they're selling the art. I mean, so you got to understand who are you going to serve, and if you can tailor that experience for them, you're going to do just fine, Akila. It's going to be really, really hard for you not to find a type of customer in the LA market because it's so stinking big. Trust me, just go look on the freeway. They're all there at the same time, all the time. That's just how it goes. So it's that time. I don't see any more questions. I'm gonna look to see if Rebecca or Dave or Crystal have anything else that they want to share or say. Nope, shaking their heads. Nope, good. And we will call it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you sticking with the test, with the growth, with all the things that we are testing and trying and doing our best to make your experience as you become a bigger, better real estate investor that much better. And for those of you who might not have any clue about some of the stuff that we've been talking about today, and you're like, "What, short-term rentals? I don't get it. What are you talking about?" We definitely have a presentation for you at cashflowdiary.com/star to learn how many of our students and individuals have been able to go out there and absolutely crush it in something that you may not have even heard of or only thought about. So by all means, make sure that you take some time to get on over to cashflowdiary.com/star. Watch the information because it's going to do you a world of good. Anyway, it's been fun talking to you guys today. I look forward to talking to you soon. Until next time.